what do we have next?
Okay, next we have our barbecue seasoned steak with red potatoes.
Yes.
And this is an amazing flavor. I just think that this meal is tremendous. And the changes that we made versus the meal that we had before is that we have added kind of a smoky flavor to the barbecue sauce. It tastes really authentic.
Okay.
And then we've also added uncured bacon. Oh. So if you like bacon,
that's not even fair.
I know.
You started with steak and then you finished with bacon. That's not even fair.
Well, that's what we're trying to do, is delight our consumers, giving them the things they're looking for. So I'm excited. I'm really super excited to hear what you think of this.
She said bacon.
She did. She did. And whiskey.
I mean,
whiskey barbecue sauce. Okay. Barbecue seasoned steak. I'm going to show this picture. That is that looks pretty nice. Okay, beef with roasted potatoes, vegetables, and uncured bacon in a whiskey barbecue sauce. Frankly, I like cured bacon as well. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Bacon is bacon. Excellent.
I love
Do you
bacon.
like bacon?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Bobby, what do you think of that?
Oh, the sauce is on the bottom. I always forget, right?
Yeah,
That's
the
right.
sauce is on the
So
bottom.
I'm sort of wondering where the sauce. Sometimes they have these little sauce cubes. That
Right.
This looks.
Yeah, we don't do
the
that
meat
in
are big chunks of meat and potato. There's a lot of vegetables in this.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I mean, I know that's really important to be eating a lot of vegetables, but it's a big bowl of stuff. It's a big bowl of food.
It is. It is a big bowl of stuff. And these are. Oh man, I can't talk today. I always have reservations when I see beef meals from the freezer aisle.
Mm-hmm.
Are they going to be tough? Is it bad cut of beef? Is it going to be flavorful only on the outside and not on the inside? I'm really interested to see what mostly I guess I have reservations on consistency more than taste when it comes to beef. But big pieces of potato. And what I like about this right off the bat is not thick potato.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I pulled that out and it's like 75% potato, like all filler. Those are thinner pieces of potato, and I think it's going to lend itself to a more balanced bite.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of color in this meal.
Mm-hmm.
There's beyond just steak and potatoes. This has a lot of other vegetables that are in there to really lend both flavor and also color, balance. There's just that sense of visual balance that you're getting, something from across all the food groups. And I'm excited to delight you with the flavor of this meal that you're about to taste. 4 to 4.5 minutes in the microwave. That is definitely an 1100 watt microwave. So we will put this in. I'm going to pour this in. Full sauce, right?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
See the pieces of bacon?
Oh, there they are. Yeah.
Pieces of bacon.
Yeah.
Look awesome.
We're all happy with the bacon.
Okay.
Sauce in there and
Great.
bacon pieces.
There's one piece of corn there on that side, from the edge.
Did I get it? No? Yes?
Yeah, good.
No?
Okay,
Okay.
good amount of sauce. And again, I like these potatoes because they're not big, chunky, overly starchy.
They're good bite size.
That's perfect. I'm going to take that right there and just show. It's see the profile there? It's thin. It's potatoey.
It's bite size.
Are they the little new potatoes or something? They look like they are. Like if I
will have to confirm that for you. Maybe we can get our friend.
I mean, they look that way. They look nice. So.
I'm sorry. What was the question?
They look like new potatoes that have been sliced. Like if I had done this at home, look like that's a new potato.
Right. Well, I love that the skin is on it. First off.
Yeah.
We're gonna let's try this a little differently, Bobby.
Okay.
Let's go potato with veggies first. And then in a separate bite, let's do the beef.
You can hold out for the beef?
Yeah.
Oh.
Is that good?
Make sure you get some bacon in there.
Yeah, I want to make sure that I kind of... Yeah, so it's still sorry.
I'm being impatient.
Me. There you go.
And I got corn and...
Yeah, nice red skin potatoes. Those are really tender.
Those potatoes are perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It is bite-sized, but it's just not dry. It's not like...
The sauce is so good. sauce is really, really good.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Now, okay, so fresh tasting vegetables, good, is delicate the right word, the sauce?
You can use delicate to describe a barbecue sauce.
I think it is. I mean, it is flavorful enough where it's clearly barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
It tastes a little bit sweet to me.
A little bit
which
sweet.
I love about it.
Mm-hmm.
I like sort of sweet barbecue sauce.
But it doesn't have a sting to it,
Mm-hmm.
and that's good. That's what I was afraid of with smokiness. It's like,
Did it just be a little too much?
Too much.
Yeah, I think we dialed it to just the right amount.
And it's clearly smoky. It's not,
Mm-hmm.
that's something that even if it wasn't written on the outside that I would say, wow, that's really good. Okay, let's try the beef.
Yeah. Go ahead.
After you.
Okay. Now let's talk about sauce again. Sauce is fantastic.
I'm going to take 2. I'm going to dip it in the sauce. I'm going to show that.
Sauce is so good. That's a nice piece of meat.
Mm-hmm.
It's not tough at all. It's real
Uh-huh.
tender. It's real, and it's not. There really doesn't feel any fat. There's no. It's a nice cut of beef.
I'm really excited to hear you say that. That's exactly what we were looking for.
What I love is that it's not tough and chewy,
No, it's
Mhm.
not.
but it's not like disintegrating in your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, I don't know if you ever make a beef stew, but when you put it in sometimes for like 2 hours too long, it's like shredded.
Mm-hmm.
There's a good grain to your bite. I don't even know, it made sense in my head when I said that, but I like when you bite into it, you feel like you're biting into a
It's
piece
the right
of steak.
texture. Yeah.
It's
Well,
a
I was
perfect
I
steak.
wasn't sure how it was going to be, how steamed beef was going to be,
Okay.
and it was good. It wasn't like I didn't know if it was going to be bland tasting.
Mhm.
And it's not. So I think it's really good. That's good, isn't it?
I really like this.
Yeah.
And what's interesting to me is I don't know if I can pick a favorite because I think that the chicken pesto is a totally different flavor,
Mhm.
but equally sophisticated.
Mhm.
That's the best way to describe it. It's not just I don't imagine it being like drop potatoes, move down the line, drop corn, move down the line, squirt barbecue sauce. It feels more put together.
Well, and Greg, you're definitely the food critic in terms of frozen. You're the expert here. But is sophisticated a word that you typically expect from frozen food?
No.
Because I think that you have tapped into, you've identified something that is exactly at the heart of what we're trying to do with these products, and that is bring that, Top Chef experience into your home and allow you to taste these foods that you would otherwise never get in frozen,
Mhm.
and it's healthy, which is amazing. So yeah, sophisticated I think is just a great way to describe this food.
This has got, again, back to Weight Watchers, 8 Weight Watchers points.
Mhm.
That's a lot of food. And I could tell you, I could eat that and I go, you feel deprived, you feel like, okay, I had nothing to eat. This is really good. I wouldn't be going, ooh, I'm losing weight on top of it. If I had
20 grams of protein in this.
and a lot of
Decent
veggies
amount of
and a lot
protein.
of
A
vegetables.
very significant amount. Yep.
Yeah. I like it. Now, I always have my reservations when I see these because I want a more traditional starch. Let me take that back.
And potatoes?
I know potatoes is starch,
Yeah.
but I want potatoes and then something else.
Okay.
Like a loaf of garlic bread or
Okay.
I know or like 3 cups of pasta on top of it. But I feel like this is enough. I'm really impressed. The beef. I was nervous that the steak would be too chewy or not flavorful enough, and I was really nervous that the potatoes would be dry, like soft on the outside, and then once you bite into it, it's like when you have a baked potato and you're so psyched about it, but then once you get past the sour
crumbly
cream,
and-
you're like, I need to throw more butter on this, right? I get nervous about that when I see big pieces of potato, but this is a perfect size.
You're right. I didn't think about it, but sometimes a lot of times I'll add like sour cream or something else to sort of, ramp up the
Kind of creamy? Yeah.
Yes, and I wouldn't do that to this.
Guys, this has
I wouldn't add anything
47
to it.
grams of total carbs. 47 grams. I'm just super impressed with the fact that this is a 6 grams of fat meal. Really, really excellent. Okay. Rating time.
Oh, okay.
What would you give this?
You know, it's sort of unfair because I really liked it a lot. Wow. Is it perfect? It's not, you know. Can I do like 4.8?
You can do whatever you like. You are a grand prize winner.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, I am. I'd go real close to 5. I'd make it a 4.8. It's really as good as that, and that's great too.
Do you like it better than this? I know it's tough to choose between. You know, it's like choosing your favorite child.
Yeah. Well, and I'd never do that. This is very. They're both very good. I probably like this even better. You know, maybe I'm in Omaha and wanted some beef.
Right.
So you know, I'll make that the excuse, but it's really good.
Oh,
and I thought, you know, the barbecue sauce is great, and I love the pesto though too. They're you know, different, you know, different nights, and that's what's kind of cool.
You know what? I completely forgot to talk about the bacon. One, I love that I visually saw the bacon, and because sometimes it's like, oh, it's got bacon, but you look in,
it's like essence of bacon or something.
Right,
yeah.
right. I like the bacon, but it wasn't like I took a bite and said, "Whoa, bacon."
Yeah.
But it was. I took the bite and I said, "That's flavor." It contributed positively, but it didn't overpower. It's clearly a barbecue sauce, not a bacon barbecue sauce. Does that make sense?
And maybe that's what makes a top chef. You know, all these things sort of work together, and you know, it's just being good without knowing specifically what it was. It's good.
Yep.
To answer the question, no, like gristly, chewy bits of bacon. It was like, I don't know how to describe it. I mean, they were little bacon bits. They weren't bits like the dried stuff. They were. Like
it would be
bits
like the meaty part of the bacon,
exactly.
not the if they took away the fatty part of the bacon.
Right.
And that's what you got there.
So, I don't know if I'm ready to give this a 5-star. I love this is I very rarely like barbecue meals from the freezer aisle, and it's because the sauce is cheap. It's like typically it's just like it's a generic sauce. This is clear. I wish you could bottle up that sauce. Preferably with the bacon.
Maybe we can. I'll ask.
Right.
There was a lot of it.
Send
There
me
was
a
a lot of
gallon
it
of
too. There was plenty of it. That's
was
the
a lot
other
of
thing.
sauce.
You know, like I said, sometimes you just, you know, you get some of the pieces, some of it, but it doesn't have any sauce on it because by the time you mix it around, it's not enough to go around.
Yep.
Right.
You know, I mean, you know, there's still, I didn't even mix it all up. There's still like clumped sauce at the bottom, or a lot of, not clumped is the right, but there's a lot of sauce on the bottom. But still, when you get to the bottom, you know, slop it up and really, you know, get it in there, which is really yummy.
So it's kind of the right amount.
Yeah, and
if you like a lot of sauce and love it, yeah, I do.
And after tasting the flavor of that barbecue sauce, I would be convinced that it's like 1,200 milligrams of sodium, but it's not. It's really flavorful. I would give this a 4.5 again.
Okay.
Because I can't choose. I like both of them for 2 different reasons. But to put this in perspective for you guys out in the audience, I would pay $6 for this.
Really? Wow.
Don't get any ideas. I love that I could pay $3. But to put it in perspective, that taste is heads above other meals that are in the $3 range.
Yeah, I agree.
Right?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it tastes much more sophisticated and elegant, like sort of like you went to a restaurant and, you know, took out a meal. And
what I will say is, just to be, you know, full disclosure, some of the other Healthy Choice steamer meals, I wouldn't say that for. I actually think, while I love the technology and I love the freshness of the veggies, some of them I'm like, okay, yeah, that's a $2.50 meal. That's a $3 meal. Both of these are feel real expensive.
That's great
I guess that's
to
good.
hear.